Welcome to another episode of Press A to start. Today we're looking at Thor, God of Thunder. Combination of Sega and Marvel Comics. Based on the film based the other year. Lately Sega's been having a lot of movie tie-ins with Marvel. Recent ones before this were the 2 Iron Man games, which were bad. This isn't as bad, but as you may be able to tell from some of the gameplay, it is still. The controls are all over the place, and there's some dodgy animation stuff. Even something as simple as saving is made overcomplicated here, where I have to hold the B button down at this special rock. I have to hold both left and right stick until both things are spinning ridiculously fast, just to give me some more power-ups. Over convoluted, but generally looks similar to the films, same sort of style, but the graphics are not great. They're not awful. I've seen worse, like an Iron Man. You can fly like here, but it's all automatic. Just press the button. It has a little bit of an air dash, but that's about it. A lot of different combos in this game, but mainly just between pressing X 4 times and then Y or something.
No, none of you will leave Asgard alive.
Also have a lightning ability, but oh, that's wind. Buttons are all over the place. This is about 20 minutes in, so it's still teaching me a thing. It has that spinning hammer thing, but
Come here.
different melee attacks do different. There's lightning ability, but I've forgotten it already since yesterday. I'm gonna grapple 10 enemies here. Hopefully this is only for the tutorial stuff, but so far it has been like, hey, do this thing 10 times. Just to bore the hell out of you. Because grappling someone 3 times isn't good enough. The old rule of 3 is not here. It seems to be the rule of 10. And there are some cool screen filling destructive powers, which hopefully we'll come across in a minute. Okay, now he's ripped something straight from Gears of War 3, this whole... and the ice is back. Oh, there it is. It's not very clear where things are. This is something else stolen from Dante's Inferno. And yes, you'll be frozen in ice a lot of times in this game. There you go. It just likes you to do things ridiculously a lot of times. Oh, here we go. Now we can power up our attacks. This is the first time I've seen this. Melee seems the best bet around other attacks. as good as useless. Okay, let's leave it at that. See, not everything's bad in this game, just overall so far. Especially after playing Castlevania, Lords of Shadow and Dante's Inferno. Combat just feels weak in this. And aiming your attacks is terrible. However, the spinning hammer thing is still cool. Okay, I lost no control there whatsoever. I don't know what was even going on there. Shame movie tie-ins in general are a bit rushed, because some of the movies based on like this would have been really good, a fully fledged game.
Now to the palace. Jotun to battle!
And far too many cutscenes in this first half an hour.
You cannot stand against me!
That's my air dash. Pretty useless. Come on, just got me some magic. I think, no. And here we go, button mashing again. Oh, there goes my face. And that's how you die. We'll give that one more try. Have a look. It's just the controls are everywhere. Here we go, we've got lightning there. So you can change your attacks with the D-pad. This trench attack seems to be working fairly well. That's him gone. Jumping out the way is too slow. If you go to jump and... Oh, and so far this is about all the enemies I've seen. This weird little floating dude here, and these big ice dudes, as you may remember from the film. Kill cams are always cool, they seem to be in a lot of games now. Doesn't look great in this, but not terrible. So far, Thor's ability to fly hasn't been used to the best use yet. Oh, there we go. That's right. Some of the environments look cool and some things in the distance, like a giant monster, but so far, not so good. See, it's always the same type of guy. Now he's got green wristbands on for some reason. And the worst looking ice I've seen. As always in movie tie-ins, they're usually bad. They usually seem to make monsters and bad guys ridiculously huge, even though you won't see anything like this in the film. Okay, glowing area to show you. This is similar to the boss battles in Castlevania Lords of Shadows, the Titan ones, just on a smaller scale, and not as good, because they were probably some of the best fights in a long time. So far I've got a lightning and a wind attack. But there are only 2 attack buttons and a grapple as well. And cameras. 2! There's just not enough room to see. The camera is awful in this as well. Sometimes it's too close to Thor and other times it's far too far away. His health bar is going down ridiculously slow. I have a cool button where you can absorb stuff, and I'm doing. There we go. we go, glowing thing, ready to... No warning whatsoever which way it's going to go though. I'm going again. And loading. I've only just been playing this game for a little bit, so I'm not sure on all the controls, but it was basically just 2 attacks and chains of lightning, but so far the controls are not the most responsive. And Thor's animation is dodgy. Here we go again, last try on this one. And we'll call it a wrap. Fortunately, some of Thor's really cool ranged attacks take up magic, which is ideal for this enemy, but as you noticed before, I ran out pretty quick. And the instructions aren't very clear at all. Okay, we're going to call that a wrap. The controls are just awful and directions on that monster aren't very clear at all. Okay, thank you for joining another episode of Press A to Start. This was Thor, God of Thunder from Sega and Marvel Comics. Yeah, don't buy it. Look enough, I've only rented it. It might be worth a rent if you just like Thor that much. Otherwise, the controls are too bad to recommend. Even after the patch came out, they're still awful. Okay, thank you for joining me.